Our Washington insiders join us for a fair and balanced debate. GOP pollster David Winston and former DNC Deputy National Finance Director David Mercer. Good morning to you, gentlemen, and Happy New Year.
Good morning to you, Gretchen. Happy New Year.
So, Mr. Winston, let me turn to you since you are on the GOP side of things. Is there a rift between the Tea Party and the GOP?
No, I don't see it at this point. I mean, you saw in terms of Senator-elect Lee yesterday on Fox News basically say, look, where the Republicans are going, where the leadership is going, at least at this point in time, everything seems to be in sync. You've seen Speaker-elect Boehner get rid of earmarks. He's already cut the congressional budget. He's already passed some reforms to make Congress more transparent. So I think you see the two agendas moving along together at this point quite close. And I'd like to do one thing. Understand that this isn't just the Tea Party agenda. This is the country's agenda. In the exit polls, by a 10-point margin, people said they supported the Tea Party agenda. And that's what helped lead to this large, broad majority coalition the Republicans put together. So it's not just the Tea Party. This is for the country as a whole.
Well, Mr. Mercer, that would not be good news for your side of the fence if, in fact, the majority of America now agrees with the Tea Party, at least if you're a Democrat, right?
Well, I'm not sure that the majority of Americans agree just solely to the exclusion of everybody else with just the Tea Party. And I think we saw that just in December with 4 out of 5 pieces of legislation, from the Obama tax cuts to the Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the START Treaty, and other legislation that was passed. And the Tea Party, at least those that were elected in November, hadn't even taken their seats yet. So I think, though, we all know what President Obama's resolution is for the new year, and that's for protecting the middle class, getting growth going in this country, and providing for jobs. Well, and with the unity that maybe David was alluding to with the Republicans earlier, that hopefully will combine with the bipartisanship to solve the problems that are facing the American people.
But Mr. Winston, could it be that the Tea Party supporters, they were upset with the deal that President Obama made with the Republicans on the tax cut? Because if you talk to them, they just wanted a straight vote on taxes, up or down. They didn't want to add all this other stuff, right?
Well, no, but I mean, and there was a New York Times article the other day where Senator-elect Lee, who beat Senator Bennett as a Tea Party person in Utah, Senator Lee said that the passage of the extension of the Bush tax cuts was a reflection that the Tea Party had been heard from the November election. So, I mean, I think going through that laundry list that David just went through, there are a lot of things that a lot of Republicans are uncomfortable with, and that's one of the reasons we don't have a Democratic Congress and House, and in terms of the House anymore, because people didn't like those sort of things. But as we move forward, the other thing, too, and again, Alan West said this yesterday on Fox News, there is this focus on the private sector, and that's where Republicans won. The Democrats are focused on the government side. Republicans want to say, where are the jobs, and let's create some economic growth.
Mr. Mercer, you said that there were 4 big pieces of legislation that went through in the lame duck session. But won't that change now to a certain extent, now that the Tea Party, the members who won in the midterm elections, now that they're actually in Congress?
I don't think it will change, and hopefully we can grow from that as a foundation. And I believe that going into the 112th Congress, that we're going to see more, hopefully, positive bipartisan unity in addressing and solving the problems and the challenges that we're facing. We have a deficit problem that we have to cut spending, and we do have to spur on the private sector. We were hoping that the private sector for the last 18 months would be spurred on. Right. Now with the Bush tax cuts, hopefully they will start hiring and banks will start lending so we can get that private sector growth that we've all been hoping for.
All right. Well, everyone would hope
Gretchen,
for that in the new year.
Gretchen, I'm going to stand you. I'm going to agree with David there.
Well, good. Let's end it in full agreement for both of the Davids. Mr. Winston and Mr. Mercer, great to see you this
great to see you,
early
Gretchen.
morning.
Great to see you.
All right.